Welcome back, bro. You're back for episode number 2 of the diet principles for muscle gain and fat loss. In other words, body recomposition. In episode 1, we talked about calorie balance, and I taught you that calories make up about 50% of your results. That's quite good. I also told you at the end of that video that macronutrients make up about 30% of your results. Now 30% isn't that good. 30% kind of stinks. If you got 30% on a test, your parents would slap you, they send you back to school and say, go revise, go do better results. 30%, it's a bit stinky. However, if you're kind of like me, and sometimes you're a bit lazy and you like to, not always, and I'm not recommending it, but you like to sometimes cut corners and you want to do the minimum amount of work for maximum amount of results, we know that if we can just get our calories right and our macronutrients right, that's 50 plus 30, that's 80% of our diet results just from these two principles, just from these two priorities. So you're a very good man for watching the first video. You're an even better man for sticking around to the very end and watching this video. And by the end of it, you can expect about 80% of your diet results. So let's jump straight in. If you guys don't know who I am, my name's Omar. I help young men achieve their dream physique. If that sounds like something you're interested in, click the first link in my description to get your hands on my free hypertrophy program. Yes, a hypertrophy program that's gonna get you fucking jacked out of your mind for completely free. Let's begin. The basics. So we're here in professor mode. I'm gonna have a little slideshow next to me right here so you guys can see and hear, right? The basics go like this. Our macronutrients are comprised of proteins, carbs, and fats. I'm sure you probably knew that, bro. Proteins are 4 calories per gram, carbs are 4, and fats are 9. Now to remember that is very, very simple. All you need to remember is 2 numbers, either 4 and 9. And out of the 3 macronutrients, which one of them is more likely to be 9 calories? Fats, usually fats, simply because it's very easy for fats to creep into the unhealthy range and for fats to, not always, but sometimes be unhealthy. So it's much more likely that the unhealthy macronutrient would be the highest in calories. So as long as you remember that fats are 9 calories per gram, the other 2 macronutrients are 4 calories each. So it's damn simple to remember, just 4 or 9. Now, like I said, the macronutrient effect size is 30%. So if you can get the calories, the amount of calories you eat, right, macronutrients at 80% of your results, that's decent, right? And as you can see, the last point here, this means that, again, calorie balance correct plus macronutrients equals 80% of the results. So let's dive in. Let me separate this video into 3 parts. 1 for each of the macronutrients, and we're gonna start right now with proteins. The very basic, the very simple recommendation, and if there's only one thing you take away from proteins, it's that all you need is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you're in the UK, hop on Google, type in your weight in kg, convert it to pounds, and just eat 1 gram of protein for that. There's no need to go any higher. Spamming protein does not make better gains. I used to think that, oh, I'm trying to gain muscle, I'm trying to gain weight, let me eat 2 grams per body weight, 3 grams per body weight. But that's just not feasible because despite the fact that, if you are bulking, and let me just say this video and following videos are from a bulking and weight gain lens, although the same principles will apply to fat loss, right? But if you are bulking and you just spam protein and keep eating more and more protein, you're not gonna leave enough space in your total amount of calorie, in your calorie budget for the carbs and fats. So there's no need to spam protein. 1 gram of body weight is more than enough. Having said that though, there is no protein toxicity, so if you do go up to 2 grams per body weight, there's no bad side effects on your health, but it's simply not recommended. For just basic health, all you really need is about 0.7 grams of protein. So the recommendation of 1 gram per pound of body weight is already more than what we need for health, and it's already been, how do I put this? It's already ideal for us bodybuilders and for us guys trying to get huge and get fucking jacked. So 1 gram, bro, that's all you need. Please don't overthink it. However much you weigh in pounds, that's how many grams you're eating every single day. What foods comprise proteins? I feel like I'm kind of taking you guys back to like level 1 diet school here. I mean, you guys know this. Meats, fishes, beans, pulses, eggs, dairy, all that kind of good stuff. Now, I don't want to plug myself here, but I am releasing videos on high protein meals. They're going to be 3 to 5 minutes long, and they're just going to be one video dedicated to one high protein and calorie meal. So if you are struggling for meal ideas, if you find yourself running out of things to eat at the end of the day, you'd be an absolute fool not to subscribe, because I can eliminate that problem when you watch these up and coming videos. So don't mean to be a cheeky bastard and plug myself here, but you'd be a fool not to subscribe. So subscribe, like, and let me tell you right now the science. Oh wow, I've bugged. It says the science of carbs simplified. It's meant to say the science of protein. I'm gonna give you the most simplified and literally an absolute, respectfully, retard-proof version of how to understand proteins, right? Proteins are just molecules in our body. And a molecule, think of it as just a little tiny little dot everywhere in our body, like millions of these dots all over our body. And protein molecules allow us to do things. They allow me to think, they allow me to function, they allow me to move my arm like this. And we need these protein molecules, right? However, within a protein molecule, there are 20 smaller molecules called amino acids that make up this protein molecule. Now, out of these 20 amino acid molecules, our body can make and generate 11 of those within itself. The other 9 we must get from outside sources, in other words, food. These, as you've probably had before, are called the 9 essential amino acids. And we need them simply because our body can't make them. So we must eat 9 essential amino acids from food. So we get that from our regular protein sources such as meats, fishes, beans, etc., etc. Our body will make the other 11, and together we have our 20 amino acid molecules that will make up our one bigger protein molecule that we need. Now, why do we need protein molecules? Why is protein even important in our body? Well, the protein molecules, they make up a very large percentage of our connective tissue, our bones, and our muscle mass. So if those 3 things are mainly comprised of protein, you can imagine what a protein deficiency would do to us. You can imagine the detrimental effects. Muscle mass would decrease, our bones will become brittler, if that's even a word, and our connective tissue will be weaker. No wonder guys that don't eat protein can't gain muscle in the gym, and even worse, get their shit injured in the gym. Like they'll go in, they'll do tricep push downs. Oh, my elbow hurts. No shit, bro, you're not eating protein. Whew, that was a very damn good simplified way. I'm proud of myself. Let me repeat the exact same for carbs. Now we're gonna fly through this because carbs are damn simple. 1 to 3 grams per pound of body weight, depending on exercise intensity and your lifestyle activity. If you're a sedimentary guy and you do some, let's say full body 3 times a week, you're good with probably about 1 gram of protein a day. If you're a CrossFitter, you need about, I'm guessing 2 grams because these CrossFit guys are active. And if you're David Goggins, you're good with 3 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Like you're probably running every single day, training every single day, twice a day, no days off. So a very simple way to understand it is 1 gram for very good health, 2 grams for very good performance, and 3 grams for serious, I said aerobic sports, but really just serious activity. Me personally, I'm currently on 2 grams per pound of body weight. I like that middle ground where I know I'm definitely getting good performance, but I don't need to spam carbs because I'm not Goggins yet. So what I'd recommend for you is a simple rule, just double the protein intake. If you're eating 1 gram of protein, eat 2 grams of carbs. That's very, very simple. Now what foods comprise carbohydrates? Fruits, vegetables, breads, pasta, rice, grains. Simple, very, very simple. And what is the science of carbs? Simplified again, because I'm not here to waste your time, and for you to know the science of carbohydrates, that's not actually gonna help you get jacked. So let me tell you the very simplified version. Carbs provide glucose, right? And glucose is just a single molecule carbohydrate. Now here's where it gets interesting, right? Our nervous system that governs our muscular contractions and basically tells our muscles, yo, motherfuckers, contract. And our muscular system, in other words, the individual muscle fibers, rely heavily on glucose for energy. They love glucose as energy. They don't like fat for energy. They don't like to use protein for energy. They love to use glucose for energy. So without it, right, without glucose, we would be weaker, dumber, and less aware. Or as I've written here at the bottom, when blood glucose is low and our nervous system fails to operate normally, this leads to fewer motor unit recruitment, which leads to less force, strength, power, and endurance. In other words, less glucose in our system and in our blood, the fewer muscle fibers we're able to recruit when we're in the gym pushing heavy, the less muscle fiber will hypertrophy, the less gains we'll make. That's a very simplified way to understand it. So we need carbs in our diet. Now fats aren't too interesting. Let's be honest, they're not. Really, we need about 0.3 grams per pound of body weight, regardless of how active we are. Why is that? That's because fats are a very poor source of energy. So unlike glucose that comes from carbohydrates, that is a fantastic source of energy, fats don't really do too much for us. They're just there only because we need them. And speaking of the ones we need, there are two essential fats, omega-3 and omega-6. And as long as you can get those in, don't concern yourself with fats too much. Don't be spinning your wheels thinking, oh, am I getting enough fats in? Have I got this fat? Like, I need fats for energy. No, forget all of that. Just eat a bit of eggs, bit of avocado, olive oil, some butter, nuts, seeds, dairy, every day in your diet in moderate amounts, every single day, but I promise you, your fats will be covered. Now, here's a simple science of fats. They're simply just a weaker source of energy, and they're a last resort of energy. So like I said in the carbohydrates bit, your body, when you're in the gym, training hard, when you're pushing for that 10 rep max on bench, your body's gonna knock on glucose's door and say, yo, glucose, are you available? Can you come out to play? Can you give me the energy I need? And only then, if glucose isn't there, then we recruit our fats. But our fats, they're just a shit source of energy. They're just fat, they're just slow, they take forever to kick in. And as I explained in the first video, fats are a very weak source of energy. However, where they excel is that they occupy significantly less space in the stomach than any of the other two macronutrients. So let's say, right, this is where this comes in handy. So if you've hit your protein goal and you've hit your carbohydrate goal for the day, what you can do is you can eat fats for the rest of the day so that you hit your calorie level, simply because fats are so easy to eat. You're able to eat much more of them, therefore you're able to hit your calorie goal. Now, never spam fats, never just stuff fats in your mouth if you haven't hit your protein and carb goal. That comes first. But if you've done that, then you can occupy the rest of your stomach space with fats. And because they're higher in calories per gram, 9, remember, and because they're so easy to consume, they can just push you over the edge into that calorie surplus you're after. So this is where they're useful, because if you need the extra calories, you can just easily consume them and it will push you into that surplus you need. Here is our hierarchy of macros. Number 1, protein is our king. We need protein because it's the building block for muscles, it repairs tissues, and it's the number 1 priority behind calorie balance. So the first thing we must get right is our calories. The next thing we must look at is our macros, more specifically our protein. Number 2, carbs come in at second place because they are fantastic. They are beautiful and probably the body's favorite energy source. And without them, training would just suffer. Like, can you imagine training without carbs or on a low carb diet? You're not getting any rep PRs. You're just not, bro. You're just not. You're in the gym, moving like Sid the Sloth, coming sluggish, coming like an absolute snail. You're lazy, you're tired, you're not gonna make gains. And thirds are last simply because, of course, we need them. We can't disregard fats, but because they're not the greatest source of energy and because we only need such little amounts, a lot of times we get our fats just by existing, just by being human, just by eating food. We don't need that high level of consciousness to get our daily fats in. We don't need to be thinking, oh fuck, have I eaten my fats today? No, you're probably gonna get them. That's why they're third on the list. And they make the smallest difference in body composition and performance. Therefore, we only really need just the essential ones that we actually need for health and survival, which if you're watching this video, you're clearly alive, you're clearly healthy, and you're clearly surviving. So you've been eating the essential fats all your life. I'm sure you can carry it on in your body recomposition stage that you're about to embark on. That being said, if I'm on your screen right now, then I've kept your interest somehow, bro. Thank you for watching this video. Click the first link in my description and let me know what other videos you want to see. And I shall catch you in episode 3, where I forgot what we're discussing, but I'll figure it out in episode 3. Love you, bro.